Testing, testing. Okay. All right. Can you hear me now? Hopefully you can hear me now. Uh, I said a lot. I hope somebody heard me, but I guess you could not. Okay. Well, let me restart. Basically, what I was talking about the importance of voting. That's all. Your vote counts. Don't let anybody trick you into believing that your vote does not count because it does. And like I always say, if it didn't count, they wouldn't try to keep you from doing it. So make sure you get out and vote. Make sure you get registered to vote. It's still time to get registered to vote. You know, get registered and go. If it's your first time, even go vote and make sure you get your voice heard. You can't really complain about what happens if you don't go put your voice out there and go vote. It's they trying to make designs. I mean, to keep you from voting. They've done as much as try to keep people from giving you cold water so you can stand in line a little longer in the heat, especially down here in the South. You know, which is ridiculous, but they for some reason or other that's a violation now. So um, I said, let me say this again in case nobody heard me the first time. Uh, the change from Kamala Harris, from Joe Biden to Kamala Harris, uh, it hit a little different. I didn't really care for how they did it. Let's say it that way. I didn't care for how it was done. It may have apparently it needed to be done because this move to make Kamala Harris the Democratic nominee seems to have energized our Democratic base. A lot of women has joined in, a lot of men joined in, a lot of white women have joined in. They all been on calls, they've been donating money, they've been getting people properly educated on what's her plan for the future, what's her plan for her presidency. And a lot of it goes back to the rights that the right and Donald Trump is trying to take away from women. A lot of the stuff in that project 2025 affects women, period, of all colors. And a lot of them, they won't go read it. They just trusting what their husbands say or what Donald Trump is saying or Fox News or whoever it is that they listening to, other than people or just other than you don't have to listen to anybody. Go read the material for yourself. You know, slow down, read it, take your time so you'll understand what you're reading and really give some thought to does that affect me? Yes, it does affect you. Everything in that Project 2025 manifesto affects all of us. So please, people, don't be bamboozled, don't be fooled, read for yourself. There's so many ways you can look up this information and get educated on what you vote for and what you're not voting for. If Kamala Harris ain't your jam, don't worry about her. Vote against that nonsense. Vote according to what you need, what you need, what your core values are, and what vote your conscience. Do you really want a regime like presidency and democracy being in jeopardy or being removed and gone? This man that said that he wanted to get rid of dismantle the Constitution. He telling people you ain't gonna have to vote no more if you vote for me. You know, to me that clearly says that I'm gonna fix things where you ain't gonna never have to vote again. I ain't gonna need your vote is what he said. Well, he gonna need your vote because he planning on being, in charge forever. There as long as he lives. So yeah, they so confident about it. And I think they thought they had a lot with Joe Biden in there, and now that changed, they panicking and saying anything. Trying to make sure that they base stay with them. They know that a lot of the women and a lot of the men, once they find out what's really going on, have decided they was voting another way. And the only ones that really mattered was the ones that were kind of on the fence about it, about Joe Biden. Those people are the ones that are kind of waking up and seeing, okay, now I don't want that. But I said that to say this, y'all. It's important. And I'm rambling on about it because it's important to me and it should be important to you. We can't sit by the sideline no more and say, well, the white people doing this, white people doing that, and this, that, and the other. When we don't vote for ourselves in our own interest, vote locally, vote for your state, vote for your city. Make sure that you get involved in what's going on and who's going on. If you don't like the mayor of your town, when it's time to vote for a new mayor, find somebody better and vote for them. All they need is your support. Period. Support. If you ain't got with $5, give them $5. If you got 5,000, let them have it. If you can spare it. But please vote for yourself. If you want things better in your city, county, town, you want things better for your state, your district, you vote for your Congress people, vote for your senators. Because when you don't, you end up with all of these right wing, crazy, alt right Christian, supposedly, people up there trying to destroy democracy and take away everything that affects us as people of color, because the bottom line is they are afraid that times are changing. There are more other ethnics in this country than it is white people, and they fear not being in control. So that's just my opinion. Y'all can take it, leave it, but use it as a discussion piece. If you disagree with me, you're more than welcome to come over here and tell me. I will listen. If you got a better way of doing things, or you think things could be better, and I'm just fooling myself, talk to me about it. The thing you cannot do is call me, tell me I'm wrong, but you want to hide and don't want to say it on camera. You don't want to leave a comment or anything like that, because I hear from y'all later. Nah, man, you wrong about that. Okay, cool. Put it on here so other people can see what you're saying. Because if they disagree, they might join in. I can take it. I wouldn't come over here if I could. So, but we could be civil about it. We don't have to be, outlandish. We can be civil about it, but we can definitely agree to disagree. So, but that's just the way I see it. All right. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and cut this off. Well, hold on. I got one more thing I want to say. I was talking with somebody the other day about fatherhood, and it was brought to my attention that this particular person's father came to them and said that they apologized for some things that had took place in the kid's life. Well, he's a grown man now. Um, he was a little dismayed about it. He didn't really know how to take it. He didn't know whether to trust and believe that what he was saying was true this time, because he's done it before and disappeared. And I just want to say this to the men in our community. I don't care how long it's been. I don't care how bad it was. Reach out to your kids. I know that's easier said than done sometime, and I trust me, I get it. I understand. Don't it ain't lost on me. I know it's hard to do. I know society is telling you one thing, but your heart should be telling you something different. You don't have to be no punk to reach out to your kids, say I'm sorry. It ain't about her. It ain't about their mama. It's about you and that kid. You know, reach out to them. Like I said, y'all know that I grew up without my father in the house. But I had father figures all around, and I thank God for that. But it would have meant the world to me to for my father to have reached out to me sincerely and say, "Hey, I be thinking about you. I be wanting to talk to you. I really don't know how to approach you. And I know, like I said, I know it's gonna be hard, but please, y'all, please, black men, stand up. We gotta do better. Please, let's stand up. Let's stand up. Let's speak to our kids. Let's be the men that they want us to be. You got a kid somewhere. You got a kid somewhere. Wait for you to stand up and be the man that he hoped you would be, which means he waiting on you to show up, you know, apologize and try to be his father again, or her. We hurting our kids by, just laying by the wayside, letting them being raised by other people, and we never get involved. I understand sometimes the mamas make it difficult. It ain't always the mom though. Because if you want to see your kid, you'll find a way. So I said that, and that's probably the truest thing I'm gonna say tonight. So I'm gonna bid y'all goodbye. Thank you for joining the Men Club podcast once again. Hopefully, the weather get better, and a lot of us are having issues, and the weather be bad in certain places. Why some people ain't been on and stuff. But I thank you. I thank you so much for supporting us, supporting the channel. Uh, my main people, they know who they are. I appreciate y'all. And, as boring as this might be to some people, I promise you, paying attention to it, listening to it, really digging in your soul and seeing if, challenge me. See if I'm right. I know it would have meant the world to me as a child, and even when I was a grown up, as a grown up, when my daddy reached out to me, I still had that, what he gonna say? What, is he about to hurt my feelings? Should I open myself up to him? And I was a grown man, overgrown man. So it's gonna be difficult, but you can get through it, dudes. I know y'all can. Cause one thing somebody always reminds me, I'm stronger than I think I am. You are stronger than you think you are. So go ahead on the business. All right, that's it from the Men's Club podcast tonight. Uh, my wife that reached out to me and said to make sure that y'all register to vote. Go vote as a family. You know, uh, God bless y'all and good night. Peace.